noticed among Catholics is we had then the Renew program going, and it started out as being a wonderful thing because it did what it was supposed to do. But then I was struck by the idea of what you said. Then it goes from that from something else, and they don't even recognize it. Because what I figured out myself, and it didn't work at all, was that a couple of years after people went through RCIA and were getting involved in the church and such, or getting more, becoming more a part of the church, putting them into some of these groups, these RCIA groups. And I contacted 6 groups, and 5 of them said, we're comfortable the way we are. We don't want anyone else in. And of course, after Renew, of course, came evangelization. And the people who've gone through RCIA quite often are the best evangelizers. And so it just seemed like they got stuck of their own idea of what they should do with their faith.
Right.
And I think that happens, unfortunately. Quite often to all of us even, from time to time. But
one of the things that I sort of came across in discussions over the years is that people who would get together or try to get together as laity would say that the church doesn't have what they called a theology of work. It doesn't have sort of a theology, not just a theology of lay people, but a theology for people to sort of reflect on what they do in their daily lives. And that's very much a part of this document. If you recall, as we were going through the summary, it says that there shouldn't be a division between people's lives and their faith. Now, I'm not a theologian, so I don't know what a theology of work would look like. But if it's something that would help, then, you know, I'd be all for it, obviously.
Hi. You had an interesting comment where you were reflecting on the...
Just one?
Well, what I was going to comment on in the question I had. You noted that the following Gaudium says there's been difficulty in terms of bringing laity into the church, and I guess sort of the distinction between having the laity sort of try to change the culture versus changing the church. I was wondering if maybe you could speak more to that. In particular, I was wondering if there's something idiosyncratic about American culture that makes that particularly difficult for Americans to sort of join organizations like that about sort of trying to change them.
I don't know the answer to that, but I can give you one. I can give you one recent example. There was an effort in the past 2 elections to organize Catholics, but unfortunately, those organizations were very partisan. They were for one party or another. So if I reflect on that, I sort of say to myself, maybe it's just that we are so divided now, and such a divided country, and that our politics is so coarse and so partisan that you can't get people to sort of join together. They want to look at what divides them rather than what brings them together. Now that also may be, coming out of the Washington experience, that may just be my experience from that, but that's sort of what I saw. And that was really a shame because at those times in our history, every 4 years, at least for us Catholics, with some of the documents that the bishops have put out, it's a great opportunity to be able to reflect on some of the principles of Catholic teaching. But immediately, it divided. I don't know, that doesn't really answer your question, but it's...
No, it points to some of the problems